Humans have been conducting war for thousands of years, and we have been through the time where thousands of people died because of war, and it might be another war which will kill more people in the future. The thing that people fear the most is the nuclear war. And the first atomic bomb named Little Boy was dropped on the city of Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. The second one named Fat Man was dropped on the city of Nagasaki on August 9 the same year. Around 200,000 people died. What if the World War III takes place? Will it be the end of the world? The possibility of the Third World War is a concern that echoes through the minds of many. Given the devastating impact of World War I and II, it is natural to wonder about the consequence of another global conflict. Especially nowadays, there are many countries that is conflict with each other. They try to conquer each other. We are going to explore more about war, the cause, and what will follow after the war. What can we do to stop the war, especially the World War III? Many nations possess the nuclear bomb, and they need only one click to kill millions of people. This is the video from Image Stories YouTube channel about the countries that can start the World War III.
The three countries that could start World War III. The first could start in the next 5 minutes. At number 3, Russia. With the current conflict between Ukraine and Russia, there's fear it could spiral into something bigger. 2. North Korea. Armed with some of the most powerful nukes in the world, North Korea poses a huge threat due to their leader's unpredictable behavior. The country has nothing to lose. Finally, at number 1 is Iran. Tensions are high right now between the United States and its allies. Iran's military strength has grown immensely, raising concerns globally. If tensions escalate, it could not only destabilize the region but also world peace.
I used to believe that war would not occur in the modern age of technology. With technology that controls most human activities, this seems unlikely. However, the explosion of technology has fueled human ambitions to conquer others. Technological advancements have made it easier to produce more weapons, and many countries have profited from the weaponry business. To sell these weapons, they create more conflict and war. Countries such as the United States, England, Russia, and China have increased their weapons production. Ukraine is currently at war, and Gaza in Palestine is devastated. They were victims of war. Unlike World War I and World War II, today's wars are controlled from a distance. With a click, drones carry bombs, and rockets hit targets without anyone getting close. This can be called a techno-war. A country with a better technology will win. However, regardless of the type of war, the consequences are always severe, and innocent people suffer the most. Children lost their fathers, husbands lost their wives, and people lost their homes. So why do we destroy what doesn't belong to us? The planet does not belong to anyone. We are temporary passengers. One day, we vanish and leave this land to the next generation. So why do we need to do this thing?
Our world is more interconnected than ever. So when conflicts happen, they affect the economies of many other countries. Usually neighboring countries suffer the most. They are the most impacted by geopolitical tensions and refugee flows, which can put a major strain on resources. But countries with strong trade links can also be severely impacted. A contraction in commodity trade would not only raise prices of commodities, but it can put a dent on consumer confidence and purchasing power. High inflation diminishes real incomes and suppresses demand for goods and services, eating into consumer spending. When this happens, financial conditions could tighten as central banks raise interest rates. And if confidence is hit hard, demand could significantly decrease. Right now, we're seeing tightening measures go faster and further in some countries. And that is worrisome for countries that are in a tight place to begin with. It will weigh on economic growth, add to stresses on public finances, and potentially even add to risks of social unrest, especially for countries dependent on food and energy imports. In countries with weak social safety nets and few job opportunities, scarcity and rising prices will hit poor and vulnerable households the hardest. Policymakers will have to strike the delicate balance between containing inflation and supporting the economic recovery from the pandemic. This can be especially challenging as volatility in global financial markets reduces business confidence and limits investment. Longer term, this could have implications on the global supply chain system and integrated financial markets. While the future is still very uncertain, we may see significant changes in the global economic order as the energy trade flows shift, payment systems fragment, and countries rethink their financial dependence on each other.
The Middle East and North Africa region has suffered more from violent conflicts than any other part of the world since World War II. While conflicts are a humanitarian tragedy, destruction and displacement also bear significant economic costs on conflict countries and their neighbors. Once conflicts end, reconstruction takes a long time. The IMF suggests stabilizing the economy, protecting institutions, and prioritizing spending can help mitigate some of the economic costs. After a conflict, it is key that policymakers achieve sustainable recovery and pursue policies allowing inclusive economic growth while addressing the refugee crisis. The IMF has been supporting international efforts to raise funding for conflict and refugee host countries, special focus on grants and concessional loans. The IMF also continues to help the region through policy advice, sizable financing, and capacity building assistance. Given the magnitude of the crisis, more needs to be done by the international community to support the region towards recovery and a better future.
War silences lives, not problems. We need action, not aggression. Demand diplomacy, support peacemakers, educate for understanding. Together, we can be the generation that chooses peace. Let our voices be the weapons that silence the guns. Educate for empathy, not division. Let's build a world where peace isn't a dream, but choice. Our voices, united, can be the weapons that silence the guns. Choose peace now.